What's going on, guys? Before we actually get into this video, I actually wanted to tell you guys that I actually have a Facebook page and also a Reddit page. So honestly, I just showed up on the screen right now, but yeah, you can actually type in on Facebook incognito ace all together, or you can just go Nito Ace and it should pop up. It's facebook.com/Nito Ace for the Facebook page. And if you go to Reddit, you type in users, or if you just go on Google and you type in Reddit and then you put in incognito ace behind it, my page should pop up. That's also two channels. If y'all want to, you can actually like both the channels. So if you guys don't want to see it on YouTube, it'll actually pop up on those channels as well as those platforms. So I have a Facebook and a Reddit, so please go and like those channels. All right, so without further ado, let's hop right into the video.
Yes, good old TJ.
Nito Squad, INCOG bringing us back another reaction video. This video actually, guys, was brought to me by a subscriber on my channel. This is actually a guy named Brian Harkin. If I butchered that last name, please let me know in the comments down below. Sometimes I'm not good with names, but Brian Harkin is actually on the screen right now. He actually recommended me to this video. This is actually after the Thanos and Darkseid death battle I reacted to previously. I'm actually gonna link that as well towards the end of this video as well. So if you want to watch that video prior to coming to this video, because it's the whole point of this video we watch right now, yeah, you'll make more sense if you watch that one first, then you come to this one. But anywho, yeah, so that's who actually recommended me to actually watch this video. So this video is called Thanos Deserve to Win. So like I said, if you ain't watched the Darkseid and Thanos what you got death battle, then this one makes sense for you watching this one. So I recommend going to go watch that video. That actually will link at the end of this video, or actually I will probably put I card somewhere like top right or whatever, so you can actually go and watch that video. But anyway, yeah, let's get right into the YouTube sell play.
Directors Anthony and Joe Russo had a nigh insurmountable task ahead of them. After 10 years of anticipation, Thanos couldn't just be a good villain, he had to be the best villain of the MCU. This meant
that movie is so good. I can't wait for the new one to come out in April. Can't wait. That movie is so good.
If they wanted to make him the next Darth Vader. What made Darth Vader so memorable, what makes him one of the greatest villains of all time, is his empathy. It's the facets that make him feel like a hero rather than a villain. It's the things that make him feel like an underdog. The Russos understand this, and they put all of the things that made Vader great into Thanos. The challenge was evident from the very beginning. Thanos appeared beforehand in the Marvel.
I kind of can't agree with that, because
these appearances were one note. Mustache.
I never rewatched Star Wars, but Darth Vader is like a well-known villain because of that.
These appearances are like what we first had with Vader. Imposing, intimidating, but one-dimensional. It was The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi that elevated these excellent foundations into something much more. And so with Infinity War, the Russos had the same challenge. How do you take a character that it seems impossible to look inside and make you see things his way? How can you take a character, show him doing despicable things, and still feel by the end of it all that his victory was the most earned above all else? Whether or not we can agree with Thanos, there's no doubting that you could watch Infinity War and not come away from it knowing his core beliefs. The Neo-Malthusian ideals he champions seem so sincere, so selfless when he utters them. He doesn't hide his intentions from anyone.
That's facts. That's facts. I agree with that.
With such conviction, he can spin his beliefs to sound so benevolent. We see Thanos call his cleansing merciful, yet we see a child panic in fear as they violently cling to existence. We know that what he says is indoctrination, Yet whenever he is challenged on his morality, his past experiences can tip the balance in his favour every time.
He's an extreme sociopath with a messianic complex.
And it's more than just a defence of his belief system. Thanos
Messianic.
champions
I think it was
himself
messianic.
too.
I don't know. I butchered
His
that.
confidence shines through in his every action, and he doesn't try to be humble to create a facade. He is who he is, something that could almost seem admirable.
You're strong. Me.
Thanos is strong. He is generous. There's a level of humility to him, yet also so much arrogance. He's unapologetic about the fact that he's the toughest there is.
The worst thing about Thanos is that there's nobility to him. He looks at himself as a servant. Whoa, really?
If you need to see how wholeheartedly he believes in his ideals, just look at the smile he gives when he's finally alone at the end of the movie. He doesn't ask for thanks, just like a true hero. It's truly good, at least by his own standards. As a wise man once said, to be truly decent, it has to be
Without witness. Without reward.
he sheds his armour because he is a holy man on a peaceful journey, or at least with those intentions in mind.
Integrity.
Of course, he breaks that peaceful mantra several times in the movie, but never in a way that seems untrue to his word. He attacks people, he kills, but only when it stands directly in the way of his quest. There's several instances where he can kill characters, and he chooses not to. He subdues all of the Avengers at the end of the movie, rather than killing them. He gets
I did wonder that though. Why did he kill a lot of them when he could have? I did wonder that though when I was watching
And
that.
he doesn't. These moments can be used to help him justify his darker actions. He is a man of his word, for better or for worse. It's how we know that he does indeed love Gamora, before the Red Skull and the Soul Stone confirm as much. It might be an abusive, controlling, destructive love, that to many wouldn't be love at all, but to Thanos, he's doing what he thinks is the best way of expressing it. By his own code,
That's tough.
a code
That's
that he
tough. That's
never
hard.
wavers
That's harsh.
from. And Thanos doesn't lie. Even Steve Rogers lies, but Thanos doesn't. And he can't respect anyone who does. Look at the way he treats Tanalia Tavar. He has absolutely no time for him. As we've seen, the Collector is duplicitous, mercenary, without seemingly any thought given to a being that is not himself. And when Thanos confronts him, his cowardice makes Thanos like him even less. Compare that to Peter Quill moments later, who shows all the things that Tavar lacks: courage, will, honesty. And what does Thanos say?
I like you. Now. Reality can be whatever.
I never really just thought of
That same
Thanos
scene
with all this.
shows us Thanos' intellect.
Really make you
He
wonder.
outthinks and manipulates everyone. He tricks the Guardians into playing their best hand, just as he does with Loki, only revealing his true knowledge of their goals and intentions at the point of which they have no way out. He moves them like pieces on a board until he is in total command of the situation. He casts the illusion of his death, not because he wants to see Gamora cry, but because he knows it is the best way to divide the Guardians, the best way to make them vulnerable. He displays not only a keen tactical mind,
He is so
but emotional
smart.
intelligence as well.
Yo.
Could this theatre of illusions be argued as a lie? Maybe. But Thanos never allows his character to be questioned. So neither do you. Incredibly, he still displays a semblance of integrity. He manipulates Peter Quill not by lying to him, but by testing him. Thanos wants Peter to know that if he was in his place, he wouldn't hesitate to do what he promised. He's showing to him that he's better, that he's destined to win without ever having to say it.
This Thanos guy is deep, ain't he?
But just because he's often 2 steps ahead of everyone else, it doesn't mean that he never finds himself in a tight spot. Part of why we end up wanting him to win in some sense, even if it's only just a little bit, is because the film frames him as an underdog at key moments. Look at what's going on here. He's being ganged up on by several characters, aggressively restraining him whilst he cries out in anguish. Suddenly, he's not the malicious figure, despite all that has happened. The Avengers are. They look like bullies. And the same thing happens when Thor impales him. He revels in it. He tortures him. Look at the expression on their faces. If you saw this moment without context, who would the film be communicating as the hero, and who is the villain through this imagery? Even seeing him fight and beat the Hulk
That's fair
is
point.
something that can
That's
feel
fair.
oddly satisfying.
That's a fair point.
The Hulk is rarely beaten,
This is
and never this easily.
crazy.
Thanos beats him through skill too, something we can again find commendable. Seeing a character display vulnerability, no matter who it is, makes us care. And when they manage to crawl out from an intense situation and against all the odds keep fighting, we can respect that. It makes all of Thanos' triumphs feel that little bit more earned.
Wow, this thing, he's not dangerous because he has the stones. He's dangerous because he has the will to use them. Man, this stuff is deep. I'm looking at a diary or something.
His vulnerability
Paul
complements his determination. If we saw him vulnerable too much, we might not be impressed by his efforts. And if he displayed determination without overcoming struggle, we'd want to see him fail. His vulnerability and his determination are perfectly balanced. You get the sense throughout the movie that he is unstoppable through sheer will alone, forgetting any other factor. He will complete his quest no matter what it takes.
When Thanos decides to do it and he really goes for it, he is kind of one step ahead of heroes throughout the movie and puts himself through a lot of
His
pain.
speed, his ferocity, it's almost unmatched. He sees determination in others as admirable, even if he disagrees with them. The look he gives Cap when he puts all of his might into stopping the gauntlet. The soothing words he gives to Wanda after witnessing her kill the person she loves, of course something he can empathise with. After his bout with Tony Stark, someone who he saw himself in, and of course, he sees it in the young Gamora. He doesn't think lesser of anyone unless they stand in opposition of his beliefs. He always notices the bravery in others, but always makes sure that he can match whatever they throw at him. He will not be outdone by anyone, and he has the gumption to prove it.
Sacrifice. Okay, this is a big one here. Let's see what he's talking about with this one.
We've looked at how other characters lost a lot in this movie. Thor lost his brother, his best friend, half his people. Tony loses his soul after fighting to save it for the last 6 years. Steve loses his Bucky and his Sam. Rocket loses his son. Okoye and the Wakandans lose their king. But Thanos loses something too. It might not be on the same scale, but Gamora is the only thing he has. The only thing he has that's still good in this world.
that man.
The only part of
A
him
lot of
the
people
universe
did
can
die in that
accept.
movie, man.
His
It's
creed, his
sad.
integrity,
Oof.
his cunning, his vulnerability, his determination, it all binds together to concoct a portrait of a living, breathing character. But without Gamora, Thanos would not work. If Darth Vader has a Luke Skywalker, a character to ground him emotionally even if his soul is irredeemable to us, an umbilical cord to let us see behind the mask, then Gamora is surely Thanos' Luke. Just like Darth Vader, Thanos thinks that what he's doing is born out of love. He looks at Gamora and sees everything that he did for her, everything no matter how black it was, in service of trying to make her fend for herself.
Then in doing so, made you the fiercest woman in the galaxy.
No, I made you a champion. Knowing you'd hate me for it. That's the sacrifice a mother makes.
The Russos wanted Thanos to do bad things, and he does continuously throughout the movie. But Gamora's death is the pinnacle of this. It's more than just murder. It's more than just villainy and maliciousness. What makes this his worst atrocity is his connection to Gamora, The way in which he very nearly doesn't go through with this terrible deed, but soldiers on anyway.
That was just so
And we can see
crazy, man.
parallels
And that
with
was
this moment.
ridiculous, bro. How you
But
did
instead
her.
of doing the right thing when the time finally comes, Thanos takes the darkest path. It is the paradoxical nature of this deed that makes it feel so despicable. Wiping out the universe is
This song is
statistic,
making it really,
unbiased,
really
random.
impactful, you know, make
But
you want to
this
cry a little
is
bit, you know?
calculated,
Or just
destructive,
me.
and the purest evil. What makes Infinity War so good is the fact that no one really wins, not without paying the price. And because of all this, Thanos deserved to win. Not in a moral sense, not because he was the kindest or the most assertive or the one that did the right thing. He didn't do any of that. He's an evil man. The movie ultimately makes that clear. He deserved to win because he wanted it more than anyone else. He deserved it because he tried the hardest and was willing to break himself and take
Yeah,
the
he
hits and
definitely
kept
would. He
moving
definitely
forward.
was willing to
Thanos
break
was the
himself
only
and do
one that was aware of
anything,
who
man.
he was.
Anything.
He was aware of his flaws. He didn't wear a mask and hide behind a facade. He didn't rest on hope or put his trust in anyone other than himself. Because of these 6 traits and his rigid adherence to them no matter what the cost, he is the only person in the universe who had the will to carry out the thing he felt he had to do.
Dang, that's powerful right there. I ain't gonna lie. But man, it make you really think for Thanos now. It make you really think throughout that whole movie of like that Avengers, like of all the stuff he did as far as fighting the Avengers and stuff like that, when all the killing he did, and even doing a sacrifice for, like, he had everything like a protagonist. He, like they say, had determination, sacrifice, vulnerability. He had everything. It's crazy. It's really crazy to really think that could he really be on the same tier as a Darth Vader? Probably I'm gonna name this too. I'm probably gonna name this something along the lines of, is Thanos the next Darth Vader? Yeah, I think I'd do something like that. But anyway, yeah, this is a long video. Sorry about that. I noticed. You guys let me know what you guys think about that in the comment box down below. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe on this video. Like I said, this one was Thanos deserved to win. So, like I say, but again, like, share, and subscribe on this video. It's me, boy INCOG, and I'm out. Peace.